hello, hello. Hi, you guys. Yeah. Hello, hello. We're gonna have fun today with some ink and watercolors, and I'm so excited for this. Let me make sure that the camera's right real quick. Yes, and then if we do that, yes, we'll be upside down, but that is okay. I'll just come over to the other side of the table. How's that? All right, perfect. That'll work. All right, so we're gonna do ink and watercolors. I'm super excited about this because this is actually one of my very favorite things to do. And of course I love to do my favorite things with you. And so I'm going to gather some of my stuff right now while I'm hoping some of you will come on here. And then I'm going to pull myself up on Patreon and YouTube and see how I can communicate best with you guys today. It's always a little bit different, but I'm going to move my stuff to the other side because when I flip my camera, if I stay over here, hi Sue, if I stay over here, we'll be upside down. All right, that's perfect. I'm seeing my comments on my computer, and so I am going to turn around to the other side of the room, but let me show you what I have with me first. Okay, so I have my favorite set of watercolors, which this is and I'll show it to you when I flip the camera more upside down. It is Kuretake, Kuretake, and I get these on Amazon, and they're really good watercolors, and they come in these trays which are labeled on the back, and they're labeled right here on the board, so you always have them in the same order, and then you make your little guide to the colors so you can see what they look like on paper. So I have that set, the whole set, but I pulled out some colors that I thought were very complementary to that. And one is, it's called purple, but it's really a magenta. So it's called purple in the set, but it's magenta. And then this is turquoise green deep. You have them, Sue? Good. And then this is burnt sienna. And then this is yellow ochre. And then I have some black to make some gray. Okay, so I'm going to put those on the opposite side of my table. So I've got that, and then I've got two pieces of watercolor paper and my pens and some fixative. Okay, and so we'll get to that after we do the watercoloring. I'll tell you all about the fixative, why you would want to use that. Okay, so I'm going to go around to the other side and take my chair. Oh, I got another chair over there, thankfully. And then I'm going to flip the camera down. And that way I'll be able to see, and you'll be able to see. And I'm going to try my hardest to get the camera really close to what I'm doing, so that way you guys can really see what's going on. All right, so bear with me. Little tiny bit of patience. I'm gonna have to do some moving around here. I just wanted to make sure that since we're working on a smaller thing that we're nice and close. Okay. All right. I'll get it right there. A little sideways, but that's okay, because I'm going to be flipping that color in all sorts of different directions. All right, so we'll just put those right there so you can see I have two things of water. No, I don't. I have one thing of water, but that's okay. It's a big thing of water. I filled another one, and it's in the kitchen, but I didn't bring it. But that's okay. I don't need it. And just one brush. That's all we need. I have paint all over my hands because I have been painting all day. I've really tried to streamline my schedule, so on Wednesdays, the entire day is an art day. So I can do my own art, and I can prepare for this and just be art centric. All right, so I'm going to try to open up. So I saw the comment coming up, but I didn't open up Patreon. So I'm going to try to do that right now. Go home, go to my home. Okay, I got it. Sorry, you guys. Patience, please have patience with me while I make my way through my issues. Okay, there we go. All right, and there. Yep, I want my page. There we go. All right. Okay, I'll have to turn the volume down probably. There we go. There I see myself. So that's good. So if you make comments, they're popping up on my screen, so that's good. All right. So this is just a very, very meditative way to create, and oh, I need to spray those, and it's just fun. But I do this often. I do it while I'm working at Last Art Gallery most often. And then I frame them in little black frames, and they sell like little baby hotcakes. So it's a tried and true method. I guess that's what I'm trying to say to you. So I'm just going to start by, also I have some things that make circles, and they don't have to be circles. They can be any shape. So like I have this cap to this fixative. And then I'll just grab another cap to like the golden paint. That's what I'm going to grab. I think that one's not open, so I know the cap's clean. Okay, so these are going to make circles, and you'll see what I'm going to do with these. First thing I'm going to do is I am going to get a little paint on here, and I need a paper towel because this is going to be heavy paint. Oh, I didn't want that to bleed in there. I'm just going to get a little paint on there, and I might even spray my canvas just a little bit, just to get everything moving. Get a paper towel. Okay, but we're not going to really worry about a lot of, see, it's more of a magenta than it is a purple. A lot of perfection now. We just want to get some paint on just a few places. Smooth these down. I'm going to get all the colors on first, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. See, this yellow ochre mixing with the magenta is gorgeousness. The magenta mixing with the burnt sienna is gorgeousness. And that's why I wanted to get these colors on here. Let's see. So we're just getting watercolor on here. Maybe even start with some little dots. Okay, that's it for now. I know it's so silly. It seems so silly. And the next thing I'm going to do, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to just take one of my colors, and I think I want to do the burnt sienna, and I might add a little bit of black to that to darken it up. And I'm painting around the edge. Okay, and I'm going to get a little black on there just to darken it in some places. And I'm going to do this and move it even a little bit to make it look a little bit more interesting. Okay, and I'm going to do that again with another color. But this time I'm going to drag it. So here, I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to drag it. That one didn't really work. I need a thicker lip. Here, we'll do it with this. Beautiful. I love that one. Okay, I'm going to get another one of these on in the blue. Just want to fill the page, but leave plenty of white too, because white is dramatic, right? Let's put this right. Let's put this here. Oh, I like that one. And then let's put another little one over here. I'm mixing my color. That's a no-no for watercolors. It's so easy not to do it. And then there's nothing in the middle, right? So I need something in the middle. So let's just go ahead and do another size shape. I think I have a little glass jar here somewhere that's going to hold a little bit more paint. Oh, this plastic jar over there. This will work. The bottom of this, and I think I can get that on there without this. Yeah, let's try that. Oh, I almost put my brush in my wine. That would have been terrible. Look at this. Okay, that's fun. Okay, so now I'm going to fill in some with watercolor. So I'm going to take some of these little spots, but I'm going to let them bleed. So you'll see, this is so fun. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to touch that right there, and it's going to bleed. I'm going to touch that yellow ochre, and it's going to bleed. And I'm going to let this go over the blue, and that's going to make some purple. That's pretty. And then I'm going to make this little bit more dramatic right here where this came. And, you know, this is just play, so I could just do this too. See what happens with this drip. See if I can get it to drip. No, it doesn't want to drip. So I'll make it drip. I feel like I need something in here too. So let's do another circle. Let's do another one of these smaller ones. I need something right here. Oh, let's do black. Oh, I like that. Oh, look at my paper towel. Look how gorgeous that is. When it looks good on your paper towel, you know you've got something, right? Okay. I am going to get more yellow ochre on down here. Oh no, look what I did. Let me clean that off. Clean off your watercolor, just spray it and let it run out. That's how I do it. And I left all of these circles blank, but there's no reason why I need to. So I think I'm going to come in here with this one. I like the way the yellow ochre goes over the grain. Okay, I really like this one, but it's wet, wet, wet. So we're not going to be working on this one. But I think what I will do before we finish on this one, because I'm going to pull up some already completed paintings, and I'm going to give it a little sprinkle here and there. let that go. That has a really some cool spaces for doodling on it. Okay, so here, I'm gonna put it up close to you guys so you can see it. Isn't that cool? Wait a minute. Okay. All right, I'm trying to, there we go. I'm trying to see where we are in the video. I want to see myself. Okay. All right, so I'm going to show you the two that I did earlier today, that I painted earlier today. There's this one. Oh, it's pretty. And this one. All right, but I think I'm going to work on the first one because I like it the most. But it really doesn't matter. Sometimes when you don't like them, then it turns out even better. Okay. All right. I'm going to get out my markers now. Oh, the fixative. So after your watercolor dries, you want to go and, there we go. Okay. You want to spray fixative on it, but wait till it dries 100%, because if you spray the fixative on it when it's still damp, it'll get this white, dusty appearance, and you don't want that, right? We do not want that. I'm going to bring this a little bit closer so you'll be able to kind of see what we're doing here. And yeah, okay. So I'm going to get my markers out, and I've got Micron markers. You can use Sharpies, you can use the Fujinsaki markers, whatever you have. I tend to go through a lot of markers. The other thing is, if you spray it with fixative, you will be less likely to ruin your markers, because when you paint with these markers on, or draw with these markers on watercolor, it soaks up and the watercolor is really rough on the marker. I ruined one. I must have thrown it away. I have this new rule that I have to throw things away. Hi, Peggy. How are you? I see you. All right. So I am going to start. Hold on. I'm just trying to make sure my Facebook thing is correct. Sorry about the mouth sounds. That's gross. All right. And we're going to go. All right. So the first things I'm going to do are the things that I'm most comfortable with. Okay. And that's drawing flowers, obviously. Right. So I'm going to, in these three guys, get some really, really, really cool flowers going. I'm starting with my number 2 pen. And I'm going to, maybe let's do a wiggly line like this. And then we'll do circles in between, inside of it. So I always, when I'm doing art, I always start with what I'm most comfortable with, because I need time to loosen up, right? And so like right now I'm going to be pretty tight when I'm drawing, because I'm not loosened up. And so the best thing for me to do is to start with what I'm most comfortable with, and then as I get going, I'll get loosened up. And so I'm going to fill this 100% in. It looks good already. I know, those colors. So you can't go wrong with those colors. Like if you have a burnt sienna, or like an orangey brown, a magenta, a turquoise, and a a golden yellow, not a bright yellow. You cannot go wrong with those colors. Like, you just can't. They're so pretty together. And the magenta mixes with each color on this, you know, and becomes beautiful. The burnt sienna mixes with each color and becomes even more beautiful, which, you know, to find a brown to do that, it's not always the case, because the burnt sienna is more orange than brown. So that's why it looks so good. Just a little color theory, because you can do this, and I've done these many times with just like the bright primary colors, and it's just not the same, right? It just doesn't come out the same. Okay. So then with this flower, I hate taking all this time filling in black with you guys. That's not fun. I should have had a bigger marker. So with this flower, I'm going to do some heavy leaves just going out, heavy petals going out like that. They're going to be shaky and wobbly. And then I'm going to get my thinner marker, my O2. And you don't have to do that. And I'm just going to draw. I'm going to make sure they connect. And they don't have to look like, so I want these to look more graphic than perfect. So they're like graphic flowers, I guess. See how that doesn't connect? That has to be fixed. And right here, one's not connecting. By connecting, I mean take the line to the very edge. So like right here, I don't know if you can see it, that line doesn't go down to the edge, and it needs to go down to the edge, or else the eye is going to be drawn to that little silly thing going on there. So you might be able to tell that I'm already starting to loosen up because I'm going faster. That just means my hand is getting warmed up and my mind is getting warmed up. But when I do that, I need to fill some in down here. But I want this to be darker down here, so I'm just overlapping some of these lines. There's one. All right. Now from here, I'm just going to start doodling and doing the things, right, to all of this. So I'm just going to, let's do a nice thin line, and we're going to come up and through there. That's really thin. That's too thin. Let's go with a number 5. Oh, shoot. I missed it. That's okay. I can fix it. I know I can. Okay, and then let's make And I won't do this whole thing with you. I'm going to probably do half of it, and then I'll show you the one that I completed the other day and kind of show you some of the different patterns I made on there. Because this is, to me, this is something that is so fun to do. Watch, I'm going to go under there, and this is going to pop out right here and right here, and then it's going to come up into this yellow up here. So it's going behind that pattern right there. And so we'll draw half a leaf here. And then this is what I would do with this too, is I would, so I'm not going to fill in these leaves with you, right? Then you're going to be sitting here watching me fill in these leaves. But these leaves are going to be filled in, but I'll do that while I'm watching TV with my husband. Makes sense? Capiche, capiche, capiche? All right, now I'm going to just start looking for places to add some interest. So I'm going to get a heavier marker right here. And I like this little white section right here. And I'm just going to put some really heavy stripes in there. And those stripes are going to come out. You'll see in 1 second. They're going to go under this blue and come out here. Around that leaf. I'm looking at this right here. I could do another stripe right here actually. Let's do another stripe. I'm looking at this right here. I'm like, oh, I like this. Look at that. How fun is that? How fun is that? So we just got to find little spots to add interest. And I'm looking here and I'm finding, what am I finding? I'm just talking while I'm looking. Well, that can be another flower. So let's just get the outlines out for that. Okay, I'm not going to fill it in because you know what's happening there. And then this is going to be something different. I think we're going to do a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, yeah. A whole bunch of stuff here. Like, I know. Let's go in like this. Go right out that little spot. This one will go under. Oops, there goes my iPad. Come on, iPad, get back on so I can see if anybody's talking to me. Let me look. Okay. All right. It says I have 5 comments, but I only see 3 comments. So we'll just keep on going. I'll just keep on going. All right. So this one. I want to get it darker right there in the middle. See, I keep on stopping before I get to the little stopping point, and that will drive me crazy. Now I'll show you how I make some details, and if you've watched my Dots, Doodles, and Daisies course, you already know. Relaxing to watch. Oh, I was just saying that, Sandy. Reminds you of a mini Dots, Doodles, and Daisies. It's a little bit more abstract than that. Abstract, well, I guess, yeah, it's abstract because we're doing abstract watercolors and not just leaves and flowers. We're doing lots. Well, I guess Dots, Doodles, and Daisies does that a little bit too, but just even more doodly, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. It is relaxing to watch, huh? Zentangle is basically what we're doing here, right? All right, let's do another, let's try let's do some in this circle. So let's just go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm counting basically to make them look almost exactly alike. I want them to look the little squirrels. So you guys, oh, that one screwed up, but you won't, in the grand scheme of things, when you make mistakes on these things, nobody's going to see them. And I screwed that one up too. My husband had norovirus this week. Today is the first day. See the little spot there? Just fill it in like that. Today is the first day that he has felt kind of okay, but not really. He's very sore from vomiting. And I didn't get it because here's a fun fact about me. I've never had a stomach virus. I've never had the stomach flu. I think my stomach just doesn't. I must be full of acid or something that kills all that stuff, you know? Your husband has the flu? Oof. Yeah. I am very, very lucky about that. I have not ever had it. Ever in my life. So that's really, really, really good. All right, so let's go. Let's do some other things. So that's super fun right there. Sometimes it's just fun to follow the lines, the edges of the watercolor. Let's go around this leaf. Okay, I know what I'm going to do here. I'm going to do this. Yeah, can you guys believe I've never thrown up since I was 5 years old? I mean, I threw up a couple times alcohol induced, but that doesn't count. Never had food poisoning when everybody else has had it. So something with my stomach says, bitch, no. All right. Oh, okay. This little spot right here, I like that spot. I'm going to make a crosshatch there. Crosshatches are super easy and fun. Super fun, right, you guys? Let's see. Man, I hate to puke. I imagine. I can only imagine how that is. All right, so let's just put in, let me think. Oh, I kind of like the idea of in these little, and in where this smears, like drawing in random black spots in the white. It kind of gives a different, because everything I'm doing is like straight and really tight. So this kind of gives it a little different spot of something different. So when you talk about composition, right, you want to see some big things, some medium-sized things, and some little things. Oh, I want to do something with this right here. It's a little dark. Maybe I'll put some white in there. And this, I want to do something with this. Oh, you know what I like? I like when you do lines like this, but then they change shape. So let's go like this and do the same thing, but going in this direction. Come all the way down to that. And then let's go here. Hi, Carrie. How are you? Thank you guys for coming on to Patreon. Ooh, that looks super fun. Love it. All right, now what else shall we do? So see, I need stuff in here. I need something over here. So I'm going to flip this around like that so I can, that's another thing to do, is it doesn't have to be situated like this, you know, like this is the way the painting is. All these little vines and everything can be coming from all different angles. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip it down here, and I'm going to fill in this spot over here with a different kind of viney thing. Well, first of all, let's do this on these guys. And then let's add some more interest. Make them like little, no, I was going to make them like little eyeballs, but I'm not. I'm going to make them like this. Okay, now I'm going to make some little viney things like this. Okay, and these guys are just going to have little tiny. And I feel like I want more. Oops, I don't like the way that guy's shaped. Oh well. All right. Okay, let's see what else I can get in there. My iPad is like set, I think, for 15 minutes or something, and it goes blank after 15 minutes. So I have to reboot it. All right, I think I'm gonna make some heavy duty, what number do I have? 8. Some heavy duty stripes. I'm gonna get a thicker marker. And I'm gonna make some stripes here, but heavy duty ones. This is just gonna cover more area in more time, or less time, more area in less time. But I have to be careful because this isn't going to dry as fast as the markers, the drawing markers. So your micron are going to soak right in, even though I have fixative on it, and so they're not smearing. This is going to sit on the top, this acrylic. So you have to be really careful with that you don't smear it. But if you smear it, you could just incorporate it into the piece, right? Oh, let's make that go here too. Shit, look it. Never do that with those, you guys. Never tap them when they're on your paper. I just did not follow my own rule. Okay, well, look it. So we're gonna fix that by making that into a leaf. And we'll outline it with white after it dries. that is going to be a leaf. Let's make it a big leaf. All right. All right, so as soon as that dries, we'll fix, actually, let me fill this in. And we're gonna outline these petals or these leaves with white once that they're dry. Uh-oh, this marker is on its last. It's leaking every time I tap it. This part hurts my neck because usually when I do this, I have it on a magazine and I'm not looking down, I'm looking more sideways. Let's go with that. Woo! Neck, my neck. We're just going to go right over this one. This leaf got really fat. All right, after I do this, I'll show you the other one that I did, my most recent one that I did. And then we'll let this dry and then I'll get some white on it. But it's not done. It's gonna be completely covered. But let me show you the other one. It's a little bit bigger. And this one's not done, but it's almost done. So, and the colors were different. They're just much paler colors. And this is what you saw on the post, was this one. So with this one, I did get out the white and I added white in here. But I still have a little bit more to do on it. I love this little section right here. I love that. But I have some more to do on it. I'm not quite sure what, but I'm going to. I think I might add, so right here, let me clean that up a little bit and get some of the white covered. I think I might add some white lines in those too. But so that's just the gist of it. Oh, I like the little curlicues. I forgot about that. So I want to show you something detail wise. This is straight from the Dots, Doodles, and Daisies course. And so I'll bring it down even closer. I'll do it on the one that I just did. I'm gonna bring the camera down even closer. So if you're still here, say something, type something so I know I'm talking to somebody here. I'll bring it down really close. So this is just about making things pop. Okay, so let me spin it around this way. So making things really dramatic. So I'm gonna use these leaves as an example. So it's like, kind of like the neurographic art, like wherever there's a connector, darkening it up. And that's just because it's like creating a shade and it's gonna, thank you, Carrie. It's gonna make it more dramatic. And so what I mean by a connector is where one line meets another line, right? So where this line meets that line, I'm going to make it darker here. Thicker. Sandy's here. Hi, Sandy. Thank you. Okay, so just doing that right there, and then maybe even a little bit going into these lines here. It just creates, do you see how this one looks much better than that one? Okay, and then right here, so just think of that narrow graphic art, right? So right here, I'm gonna make that darker, and right here, I'm gonna color in that little groove. It's something I do on all my art, right? So my florals, I do it. It's just a very natural way of creating a little bit of shading that makes it look a little, see how those look so much better just with that. This is the part for me that is very, very meditative. I can sit and be so bored because my husband's watching TV or endless amount of football, and I could be as happy as a lark doing this forever. So I'll do the same thing on these. Yes, I love that. Thank you, Carrie. I'll do the same thing on these right where, well, we'll just do it, and we're gonna get that darn acrylic marker out again. But where those are connecting, I'm gonna make it stronger. See how wet this marker is. It's leaking, which means I need to throw it away. I've had this one forever. Been wondering when it was gonna, they either dry up or they start leaking. I've been wondering when it was gonna do that to me. Okay, that's not even connected there. Okay, so just adding that extra thickness there just makes it look so much better. And literally, you guys, I'll do that all the way up this vine here, like all the way up and down that vine. It just makes the hugest difference, and maybe even this one too. It makes such a big difference. Okay, let me see. White. White, 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 white. All right, I should be able to draw with this because I put the fixative on it. So let's see. This is a little jelly roll, just a cheap jelly gel pen, and these are cheaper than the other ones that I use, but I've been using these a little bit more often lately because they tend to stay better longer. Okay, and let's outline these. That's fun. I've never really done that where I've drawn black leaves and outlined them in white. It's different. I see I missed one down there, but that's okay. That leaf is so big. Oh well. That's fun. Okay, and then let's do this with the white. So I'm just drawing double ovals. You might not be able to see it. Can you guys see that a little bit? It's really pretty. It's really subtle in there with the white. That's kind of cool. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can, but that's really cool. Anyways, so I'm gonna take these out to the couch and continue filling all the stuff in. That would be so boring for you guys to watch me fill stuff in. But yeah, I'll deepen up those lines. I might make some different designs, and I'll show you the end product tomorrow. Okay, you guys? Okay, I'm gonna flip you up so I can see you. Okay. Like that crazy flamingo I'm working on over there. Thank you guys for coming. And you're very welcome, Sue. And I will make sure you post if you're doodling or doing any of this with a watercolor, post it on Facebook or any other project that you're doing. Post, get the feedback that you deserve, and we'll just keep that community going strong. Okay? Mwah. Thanks, guys.